Hey you guys, this is Sky Juice coming to you live and direct from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. You gotta roll your R's kind of like a RL. It's real scientific and I've been practicing it for a long time, okay? It's like a light, like it's like a Puerto Rico. I'm trying to get it. I still practice every day. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you guys is I've been living here in Puerto Rico for 7 years. I love it, love it, love it, but there are several things that I absolutely miss about living here versus living in the States and even living in the Virgin Islands. So I'm going to go through some of them that are off the top of my head. I didn't write a list, so I'm just going to go off the top because they're predominant in my life, things that I miss. The number one thing that I absolutely miss about living here that I wish I could enjoy is entertainment that I like. I hope that sounds right. What I mean by that is I would love for Jill Scott, Stevie Wonder, Sade, some hip hop artists, some oh my God, Lettucey, Fantasia. I like R&B, as you could guess. I would like some of that kind of music to come here for a concert. I am so missing live music. I am dying inside. So I'm gonna go to the States to see a show. I mean, that's pretty much what the deal is, or maybe one of the other Caribbean islands. But R&B doesn't exist in Puerto Rico. I mean, it doesn't even, they're not playing it on the radio. I met one lady who knew who Jill Scott was, and I was just like, oh my God, people don't know who Jill Scott is. I'm so shocked. I'm sure there's a crowd of people who know who she is, but the majority of people don't know. Um, and it just makes me sad because I'm like, I love my music and I can't get it here, and I just miss it. Um, Another thing that I really miss is the fact that I can't get my hair done here. Not that I am the run to the salon babe, but there's nobody here who really deals with locks the way Nappy by Nature or one of those black natural hair salons in Baltimore does. There are people who do locks in Puerto Rico, but from what I see that they do, they kind of create locks out of straight hair. You know what I mean? Like they make locks from like some kind of weave thing and hooks and they're not making, I don't know if that sounds right, but they're not doing like manicured locks. They're not doing styles and using, they're just kind of making locks. They're dreadlock makers. They're not, maintenance and styles and twisting it up. And you know what I'm talking about. Not a soul. No one does that here. So I have to go to St. Thomas, which I don't mind going, to get my hair done. Would it be more convenient for someone here who works with natural hair, who works with locks, who does nappy hair, kinky hair, curly hair? I mean, I probably do curly hair, but the whole kinky hair salon thing doesn't exist here at all. Even though people got kinky hair here, yes they do, but there's no. So if someone wants to come here and do a natural hair salon, please, that would be a really great idea because I would come to your salon. I would. What else do I miss? I miss also African dance classes. So I used to go to African dance classes in Baltimore. I've never been the dancer per se. I'm not fabulous at it, but it felt good. It felt like taking a class in like some type of aerobics, dance aerobics. They do have bomba class, which is it's an African dance. It's definitely a type of African dance. But I'm speaking of an African dance where your feet are off the ground way high. You know what I mean? And I really miss that because I actually enjoyed it. Like more than anything, it was just something that I really enjoyed in my life. And I do miss taking classes like that. So if anyone wants to come down, that would be really great. But like I said, bomba gives me that vibe because bomba is drumming and they dance differently than like a West African dance, and I know people who are in the African dance community have different names for the different styles of dancing, and I don't know the names of them, but bomba is a little more, I would call it a little more fancy, and you're really not lifting your feet. You're not doing a whole lot of jumping. You're doing a lot of arm stuff with the skirt and a lot of shimmying and stuff like that. But you're not swinging your arms and flapping your head back and all that kind of stuff. No, that doesn't happen. Um, but it's still beautiful. I love it still. That gives me that feel. But I really would like one of those, like, yeah, you know, one of those types of classes. So I do miss that about living here. And once again, I just have to travel more and go places that offer that kind of thing. Um, what else do I miss here? I definitely miss good food that's not expensive. In other words, cheap food here, or inexpensive food, is bad. It's low quality, it's fried, it's disgusting. So if you really want to eat like good food inexpensively, it doesn't exist here. You know, good food is gonna be, you're gonna pay for it. And I really like going to places where you can get like something really delicious and yummy for like $6 or something like that, or 7, or like just a little something that's $5. That doesn't exist here. If it's a cheap meal, it's going to be some dipped in lard, fried in something, pattied, doughy, brown color. You know, there's not that fresh thing. I mean, fresh equates to you're going to spend some money, and so I do miss that. So I just make my own stuff, and I've always been doing it anyway. Um, what else do I miss about living here? I miss, and this is an island thing in general, um, you feel landlocked. You know what I mean? Like if you're in the States, like you could literally, like I'm sick of where I am right now, where I just need a break. So you can just like get on a bus, pay $20, and you're like in New York City, or get in your car and just drive down to DC or something in 45 minutes, and you're like in a whole nother land. Here, you can definitely get in your car and go to other places, but they kind of are the same, because like fast food, local fast food, Puerto Rican food is all the same everywhere. Like it doesn't even change for one reason. There's all the same. So there's not going to be like, you don't feel like you're in a new area. You don't feel like, you feel like you're in a new area, but you don't feel like you're like this is just another side of Puerto Rico, like when you go place. So I miss that, but that's just being on an island in general. So in order to like see a different place, you got to island hop. You know, you got to go to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, other islands, or go up to the States, etc., just to get another point of view. Those are pretty much my top. I could probably come up with some more, but I guess another thing that I definitely miss is the fact that um, food here is so expensive, and I just love going to the farmers market and just getting like everything I needed for like $10. And here, you know, like I was in New York a couple years ago, and they're selling like avocados and mangoes on the street, and they were like 99 cents for these big gigantic avocados and $3 4 mangoes. So you think living on an island you would get prices like that? It doesn't exist. Okay, I bought mangoes for $3 each, and I bought avocados for $5 each, the big avocados. That's expensive, and it's unwarranted, but supply and demand. You're in New York, you're in the US, they could get like a whole gigantic trailer of avocados, so they're going to be able to charge less. So that's just the truth. Anyway, those are some of my things. Let me know what you are missing by living here on an island or anywhere else. Peace.